These are some of the wildest moments in the NBA.
I'm like, I'm tired of getting the taste of them. I want the whole load.
But before we get started, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more videos. Let's get started. We gotta kick things off with one of the wildest buckets you'll ever see, as Isaiah Ryder pulled off the most insane circus shot in NBA history. From trying to prevent a turnover to scoring an impossible three-pointer, that shot was unreal. Moving on, we've got that epic moment when a fourth grader single-handedly beat up an entire NBA team without throwing a single punch. Bulls vs. Raptors 2023 play-in tournament. The Bulls were hanging by just a thread, desperately clawing at the chance to snag a playoff spot. Lose this one, and their season was done for. But here's the twist. Not only did the Bulls have 5 players on the court, they also had a secret weapon in the form of none other than DeMar DeRozan's daughter, DeAr DeRozan. Now, this kid wasn't just there for show. Oh no, she had a trick hidden up her tiny sleeve. Every time those Raptors stepped up to the free throw line, she unleashed a scream so epic it could give a banshee a run for its money.
My daughter called me the other day. She just said, "Dad, can I come to the Toronto game?" I almost said no because she in school back home. And she was just adamant about coming to support. And I just said, you can miss one day of school and, come to a game, and I'm glad I did. I owe her some money for sure.
Hey, DeRozan, I got some money on this Mavericks game coming up. You think DR could help me out?
Nah, she gotta go back to school. Yeah.
Speaking of the wildest moments, we can't skip past this one. December 16, 2021, OKC versus the Pelicans. Now, normally a game between the Pelicans and the Thunder would end up with me falling asleep. But this game gave us not only the best ending to an NBA game, but also one of the greatest buzzer beaters of all time. This shot not only won the game for the Pelicans, but it also set the record for the longest game-winning buzzer beater at 65 feet. Damn, that's some next-level madness right there. That said, that Devontae Graham shot was a clutch. But let me tell you, this next one's on another level, and it's the most legendary shot you'll ever lay your eyes on. We're talking about Game 7, Kawhi Leonard, Toronto Raptors.
Gotta be aware of the inbounder here. It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Can somebody please get my boy Joel a tissue? Even that hurt my eyes to watch. Moving on, Inside the NBA is one of the best basketball shows out there. The combination of Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson makes a dream team that serves up a perfect blend of hoops wisdom and comedy gold.
Look it down. Watch, Kenny. Eat the churro. Eat the churro. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Get low, Chuck.
Throw that pot.
Sure, they've dished out some of the finest takes on TV, but it's the mix of jokes and pranks that really spices things up. And let me tell you, even though it wasn't as wild as it is now, they had their fair share of fun. Chuck, as we now know him, has always said whatever comes to his mind
It's
and
hard
thinks
to
about the
match it.
consequences
Like
later.
the first time I saw Shaq in person, I says, man, number one, damn, he ugly.
The case was no different back in 2002 when he made an outrageous claim about the newly drafted rookie sensation, Yao Ming.
Yao Ming,
He said Yao Ming gonna get 19 points. If he get 19 points in the game, I'll kiss his ass right here.
Ming, being the baller that he is, not only meets but surpasses Chuck's challenge. He dropped 20 points shooting a perfect 9 of 9 from the field against the Lakers. Chuck, it might be that time, I think. But luckily, Kenny was like, nah man, I don't need that kind of attention. Instead, he brought a donkey onto the set and made Barkley kiss the donkey's booty. But as crazy as that was, Zion took things to a whole new level of wild. by fulfilling his wildest dreams.
Wait a minute.
See, back in 2019, when the Pelicans drafted Zion, the expectation was simple. Explosive plays, highlight reels, no drama. Fast forward to 2023, and they don't know what the hell Zion's doing. In the offseason, news broke that Zion was about to be a father, as his girlfriend was expecting. And everybody was happy except for one person. Yeah, Mariah Mills, one of the biggest adult film actors. She took to Twitter, not with warm wishes, but with bombshell allegations. According to her, she and Zion had more than a casual fling. They had a full-blown relationship. But it doesn't stop there. She even got this man's name tattooed on her face. Mariah made sure Zion's face was on the cover of every social media outlet.
He said he's gonna send me $62,000. I have yet to receive that since June. He's literally a liar.
Needless to say, this has been one wild season, at least for the Pelicans. Zion, please stay out of these streets. But as crazy as those moments were, nothing beats out Memphis's #1 hitman, Ja Morant, or should I say Ja Wick. In his 4th season, Ja was the talk of the town and hailed as the next big thing with his insane dunks and killer plays, taking the Grizzlies from unknown to a playoff contender team. But Ja wasn't just a killer on the court. It seems he was a killer off the court too. Following the 2021-22 season, Ja seemed to have constant run-ins with the police. It all started when Ja and some of the guys took a trip down to the strip club. Everything seemed good, but of course, Ja being Ja, he wanted to flex for the gram. After flashing a gun on live, the NBA took quick notice and hit Ja with an 8-game suspension and mandatory
with breaking
counseling.
news on Memphis star Ja Morant, who will be suspended for 8 games. He is eligible to return to play on Monday, March 20th. This was just announced by the NBA.
But this is Ja Wick we're talking about. Missing 8 games just wasn't enough. So just 2 months later, Ja pops up on a friend's IG Live holding another gun. And shortly after, the NBA hit Ja this time with a 25-game suspension.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media.
After dropping the hammer on Ja, he decided, now it's time to drop my hammer, and chose high schooler Joshua Holloway to be his next victim.
Like that, I really try to ignore it because I know everybody, again, has their opinion. So I just try to stay within myself.
That situation got so bad, Ja was required to appear in court to testify on what occurred. Luckily, Ja was soon after dismissed of any charges and lawsuits against him. Next up, we've got a player who could honestly have his very own top 10 list of wildest moments.
We had the black and white, but we mixed together and made it,
From becoming BFFs with the supreme leader of North Korea to marrying himself, Dennis Rodman was one of the wildest players in the NBA. However, back in 1997, Rodman took his crazy to a whole new level. In a game against the Timberwolves, Dennis tripped over cameraman Eugene Amos, fell to the floor, lost his temper, and he straight up busted the man's nuts in front of everyone. Wait, what? Dude was just minding his business. And then boom. Somebody should probably take him to the doctor because I'm not sure if he'll be having kids anytime soon. But let's give a standing ovation to this beautiful performance by the cameraman. I mean, nobody's pulling off better acting than that. Wait, what was that, Pat? You said you might have him beat? Let me see.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah, you got that one, Pat. But that ain't even the craziest thing Rodman's ever done. See, back in 1996, Rodman tried to link up with one of the greatest fighters of all time, the one and only Mike Tyson. But here's the thing. Phil Jackson's like, yeah, this is what we not about to do. No sitting this one out. But Rodman, being Rodman, already had a plan B locked in. Not that plan B, but the other one. So right when the game started, Rodman didn't waste much time getting touched up twice and ejected. After getting ejected, Rodman hopped on a jet and jetted right off to Sin City looking for Tyson. But Tyson had different plans. Unfortunately for Rodman, it was past Tyson's bedtime and he was a no-show. But we knew that wasn't finna stop Rodman, so he decided to crank it up that night and partied as crazy as possible in Vegas. Damn, my man's Rodman took 2 quick L's and flipped it into a W. Hey, what's Rodman's number again? I might need his help with something. And there you have it, some of the wildest NBA moments. If you enjoyed this video, remember to drop a like and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more epic videos.